This cannot continue. The draw, as we're watching, is absolutely diabolical. The style of football against Motherwell yesterday was probably the worst I've seen in about 20 years at Rangers. That's not acceptable. And I'm sorry, but Michael Beale needs to be removed. People's now starting to go up with their feet. Didn't have a full house in the European game. Not a full house yesterday. People's not watching this.
I think
the
that's
style of football we're watching is dreadful. And it's not, barring Jack Butland, Rangers would have won a game this season if it wasn't for that goalkeeper. Maybe St Johnson, yes. The rest of the game, Rangers would have lost.
Andy?
Yeah, I think Derek makes a good point about the stadium's not full. The stadium's not behind the manager. They won yesterday and they get booed off the pitch. They get booed off the pitch against Celtic. I mean, I'm mentioning a disconnect between some of the Celtic supporters and Brendan Rodgers, but it is much bigger between a significant number of the Rangers fans and Michael Beale. And I think you can see it, you can feel it. And I don't think it's going to work for him. You only have to have one more stumble, and that level of disconnect, that level of abuse, that level of booing, it will increase. And if you're on that Rangers board and you see your stadium not full, people deserting the ground well before the 90 minutes have come and gone, that's a big worry. That can't continue. The football has to improve. But I think another stumble by Rangers, and I think it'll prove too costly for Michael Beale.
Mark, coming to you, I want to hear Michael Beale first of all, though. This is what he said. He wasn't happy with the performance.
Not the last 10 minutes, from the first minute onwards, I was unhappy with the team today. The unforced errors with the ball are unacceptable for players playing here. That performance today was a really poor one. I felt it's a good goal. The goal was something that we worked on in trying to overload in the middle with the width, and I thought the goal was well worked. But outside of that, some of our play was so poor against a team that are obviously in a good place and well organised and came here today with a plan, and they executed their plan better than us because we constantly turned the ball over and left ourselves vulnerable. Losing Rabbi to injury, and it doesn't look like a good one, it didn't help us, that's for sure, because we were few and far in our team of players like that today who could outplay and dribble with the ball. But actually the back three gave us some stability and some possession, and it gave us some balance behind the ball, and I thought those three played well, and John Lundstrom in front and Jack. But in terms of a performance, that's well below what the players expect, I expect, the fans expect. We got away with one today, and I don't want to take anything away from Motherwell. I thought they came here and played well. I'm sure Stuart will take a lot from the game, but for me, that's well below what I'm looking for from this team.
Yeah, an honest assessment from Michael Beale, backing up with the fan stock. I said at the top of the show, Paul, I felt for the Rangers players being booed off after a victory. That said, I get where Derek's coming from. I mean, it's a hell of a statement from Derek, a Rangers fan. That's the worst football we've seen in probably 20 years. I mean, that's a hell of a statement. But I agree with Andy. I don't think Michael Beale's got another slip up in him. I think if we look at history, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst never recovered from the back-to-back defeats at Parkhead in the opening Champions League. I think when we reflect, whether it's a couple of weeks from now or 6 months from now, we'll probably see that Michael Beale never really recovered from losing 5-1 in Eindhoven, and then the absolute last straw was a 1-0 defeat to Celtic at Ibrox, where the punters went berserk. Absolutely. But I mean, I wasn't aware of how bad it was, Paul, until it started to come out what was going on behind the scenes. So for Michael Beale, I think he's in a position where I can't see him turn it round. I don't expect him to be sacked anytime soon, but I'd be very surprised if he's the manager of Rangers come the end of the season.
And of course he's won 3 games in a week.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking away from
what
you're
that's
saying,
what I
Derek,
feel for him. Yeah, that's where I do feel for him, because all you can do as a manager is win. But now the Rangers fans are demanding not only victories but a certain style. So there's a long way back to if Derek is symptomatic of what other Rangers fans are feeling, then it's a long road back for the manager.
You wonder what the chat is in the boardroom. It must be crossing their mind. What do we do if we lose to, I don't know, Livingston, or I think they've got Aberdeen, Hibs, Hearts in the next number of weeks? If you get through all them, absolutely, you're plain sailing. You're maybe beginning to turn it around. But
and good in Europe as well.
Great start against the 1-0 against Betis was impressive. The second half performance, I think they were very good, but I just, when you speak to and when you see the Rangers support and the absolute level of disgust that they have for their team, it's I just don't see it working out.